4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, hello everyone. I'm enjoying a little bit of time out on my little patio here with the beautiful views over the Willamette River and looking down on the Portland metro area. And I figured with the way that things have gone today, definitely have not been in a good place. And I just had an idea that how better to talk about the things that I go through during my transition than to actually talk about them when they happen. So I guess we'll take a little snippet for today and talk about my dysphoria. There are a lot of days that start out where, excuse me, I feel like I'm actually doing good and I actually kind of look good. And those are wonderful days. But unfortunately, there's a lot of days like today where something will pop up just out of the blue, or just the way the universe wants to be that specific day. And I'll look at my reflection in the mirror or in the windows as I'm walking through the hallways at work, something along those lines. And I'll look and I don't see someone beautiful in the mirror or the reflection. I see somebody very ugly. And I see somebody that everybody else would see as ugly. I know that's just a perception, but it's a very real perception. There's a lot of times when I see that reflection and I see a man that's woefully unsuccessful at trying to look like a woman. And during those times, I really do go through a bout of depression and question, what am I doing? And then you couple that with the fact that I look at pictures of my old life. Facebook is wonderful for bringing up those memories. But I'll see those pictures of my old life and I'll look at them and I'll go, you know what, Mia? Even though you weren't attractive back then, or what I would have felt as attractive, you still were more attractive than you are now. What did you do? Why did you do this? Those are the types of thoughts that go through my head. So if you've never had a chance to experience dysphoria, kind of think how you would be if you were in those shoes. If you looked in the mirror and you saw somebody else, and by seeing that somebody else, you questioned why you became who you are. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of, excuse me, there's a lot of happiness that I've gained that I never had before. I truly do feel happy a lot of the time. I feel comfortable a lot of the time. But it's when these episodes happen and rear their ugly head that I really question that happiness. It makes you wonder, what were you trying to accomplish? Why are you trying to play God with your own body and your own image? it really helps me understand how so many transgender individuals will contemplate suicide, because it's a really difficult battle to have to walk that line in your own life. And it makes you think about other things that have no relevance, but at least with me, being an overthinker, I definitely do think about those things, such as riding the streetcar, or sitting at the streetcar stop, or standing in line to get on the aerial tram to go to work. I feel like I'm accepted, but at a distance. It feels like a lot of people just don't want to be anywhere near me. I'll be there. It's okay that I'm there. It's just be over there, not right next to me, or things of that nature. It's not everywhere by any stretch of the imagination. I will say that I've run into some really good neighbors here at where I'm living now, and have had some wonderful conversations. And even out in town, I run into people that genuinely are awesome people. But as a person that's gone through a lot of trauma in my life, I have a tendency of overthinking everything. As the person that was the quintessential black sheep that really wasn't good enough for anybody, except if there was something that you needed from me. I could help you with your homework, or I could fix a technical problem for you, or shine a light on a situation, or whatever. That seems to be where I would find worth, and the only place I ever found worth. So that's why I overthink things so much, and it's definitely to a detriment. It's definitely made me feel negative about myself where I shouldn't have, and it's probably led to a lot of negativity in personal relationships, intimate relationships, and so forth. But it is something that happens, and even though I'm transitioning, I've gotten better at some aspects of that. I definitely way overthink a lot of it as well. But again, this is one of those things that I figured if it's happening to me, I might as well talk about it. That way, those of you that don't suffer from dysphoria, maybe you can understand what it's like for someone like me. And those of you that do suffer dysphoria, you're not alone. We all go through it, and it's a real pain in the butt. Let's just put it that way. So I know you can hear a lot of background noise. There's a lot of traffic moving around and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But I just figured I should talk while I'm going through this episode. And hopefully it'll be beneficial for me. And hopefully it'll be beneficial for you. So with that being said, we'll talk to you all later.